Hello, hello. Welcome to the Toffee Blues. My name's Martin. This is Everton versus Wolves Watchalong. We're live on all those places that you would normally watch people, and we're live there. Um, we're going to be getting into the match in about 5 minutes' time. What we'll do before the match kicks off is we will have a look at the lineups. We will update the lineups just here, or oh no, it's there actually, just there. Um, and yeah, let's get into it. So I was just thinking to myself, Jordan Pickford number one, of course. Jordan Pickford's in goal. Everton's probably most consistent goalkeeper of the last 2 decades. So no change there. I think where people would most like a change would be at right back. Everybody wants James Garner to be fulfilling a permanent right back role at the club right now, due to the fact that Everton haven't got a real consistent right back. Seamus Coleman's injured. Nathan Patterson, if we're honest, maybe isn't good enough. You know, we played a game recently. I thought he'd done okay, but he wasn't. Um, it didn't look like a full time solution. It didn't look like David Moyes' prayers was going to be answered by a returner from injury. Patterson, who's probably in the best shape of his life, didn't look that way. Just looked like Nathan Patterson coming back from injury, and he was a bit rusty. So Davy Moyes has gone with Jake O'Brien. He thinks O'Brien is the man that we should be keeping in that right back slot at the moment. And until he's no longer manager, there's not much we can do about it. Tarkowski at the back as well, alongside Michael Keane. You know, consistent back two. I don't think we can argue with them two at the moment. Potentially O'Brien would have slotted in there at centre back if we had someone else to play at right back, but it is what it is. Mikolenko left back. A midfield two of James Garner and Tim Irabunum. Now, it depends who you speak to about Irabunum. You know, some people have given him a bit of a hard time when he first came. He didn't have that many games to prove himself, and the games he has been coming on in sub, um, you know, he's got a bit of flack. He didn't look fantastic. So certain parts of the crowd weren't having him. I actually liked him, Irabunum. I think there's a player in there. He may not show it all of the time. He is inconsistent. I get it. But I think if we persist with him and we give him time to mature on the pitch, I think we'll see there's a really decent player in Tim Irabunum. I'm not too sure when we'll see it, like if it'll come to fruition this season, or if he'll need a little bit more time. But there's definitely a player in there, and I would persist with him for as long as we simply can, because I definitely think there's a player in there for Tim, in there for the Mighty Blues of Everton. So we're just getting 3 minutes before full time for the start of the match. I guess the big news is from the starting lineup: James Garner, Tim Irabunum with the midfield two. We go into then the three attacking players. Dwight McNeil looks like he's playing it off the right. If I was a better man, Harrison Armstrong maybe in the number 10 position. Those two could interchange, McNeil and Armstrong. Don't be surprised if we see that. Jack Grealish is in the lineup. He'll be playing in off the left, and Tieno Barry gets another start up front. No, even though we had a really disappointing um, game last time out, of course, the 4-2 defeat, I think the positive was Beto got on the score sheet, Barry got on the score sheet. And even if David Moyes doesn't want to put those two as two strikers up together with each other, at least they're hitting the back of the net. And it's a positive. If they can do that on a consistent basis, either when the starting games all coming in off the bench, then, you know, we need goals. So that was the one positive I took out of the last match. I'm wondering what kind of atmosphere will be at the Hill Dickinson tonight. Um, there's definitely going to be a section of the Evertonians which are frustrated at how the previous match went. Frustrated that we just can't seem to put a little bit of consistency together in terms of those good results when we do get one. especially at home. It feels like we've had some patience at home this season. Spurs comes to mind. Newcastle. But what a chance for Hamson Armstrong here tonight. He's only just come back off loan from Preston North End. He's come back into the team. He's been back, what is it, the 7th of January. So he's been back about a week, if that. And he gets himself in the starting lineup. Fair play to Hamson Armstrong. I'm really, all Evertonians are really positive on him. They hear good things from Preston. You see Preston fans on social media talking him up, saying he's been a revelation for them. He's been one of the strongest players in their team this season. They really wanted to keep hold of him. They're pushing for promotion. That's their goal. And they're going to be a weaker side without Armstrong. But unfortunately, the way the Everton team is at the moment, we need our players. And we need absolutely all the help we can get. Maybe when AFCON finishes, we get Garner, Gay back, and we get Ndai back. Can we make a sign in the January transfer window? We'll have to wait and see. But if Harrison Armstrong was coming back thinking he was going to sit on the bench, then he's wrong. He's starting tonight. And what an opportunity. I'd love him to go and just grab the ball by the horns, get a goal, and just tell David Moyes that he's in the team to stay. Here we are, Evertonians. Tough game against Wolves. You will see when the game starts, you will see my clock start to count down. I'll try and get up to speed as quickly as possible with you. And hopefully we can watch together. Just give me 1 second. Just going to make sure my channel is tuned in correctly. I know I'm missing a few seconds here, but we'll be underway. And we're off. Thank you for joining me today again for another watch along. It's a bit of a scramble today, actually. Just getting in, getting sorted. 7:30 kickoff. I did think it was going to be an 8 o'clock kickoff, to be honest with you. I sort of miscalculated the time. I was aiming for an 8 o'clock start, and it was 7:30. Let me know what you think in the chat. I want to see some predictions, if possible, please. I want to see what the consensus is about today. Do we think we've got too much of Fulham, or do we think this is a return and Fulham coming back to form? They've got to be getting better, steadily better and better under the new manager. Don't get me wrong, they're the worst team in the Premier League. We know this, but I have seen improvement since the new manager took a hold bit by bit by bit. So if we go into this game just expecting a win, it could be difficult for us. It could be difficult. I know we don't want to hear that. We want 3 points. Of course, I want 3 points. I want Grealish to score a hat-trick. But got to be realistic at times. Is it going to happen? Prince Rupert sends us in the comments 2-0 to Everton. Embarrassing if we don't win this. Okay, let's go for it. So Everton just got hold of the ball here. I need to update my clock. We're on about 2 minutes on mine. So let me just get it on there for you, so you know exactly where I'm up to in the match. So Everton look like... Oh, Grealish fouled already. I'll have to dig out some stats for Jack Grealish. Is he the most foul player in the Premier League like he normally is? I would imagine he is, because he's been playing pretty much non-stop for Everton this season. Even when he's a bit player for Manchester City, he's always the most foul player in the Premier League. So I would imagine he is the most foul player again in the Premier League. Joey118997 saying in the comments he'd like to see Everton focus on forward passing this match. Yeah, I get on that. There's certainly a frustration that when we're lacking a bit of intensity into our play and a bit of confidence, then we do just end up passing backwards, passing sideways. You know, I've been criticising Jake O'Brien for that at right back. He seems to get into some good areas at times, and then he always just checks back, looks for Tarkowski, passes the ball back, and it just slows us down so much. I had on me Santa wish list for Father Christmas a new right back, but he doesn't seem to arrive just yet. We need to chase that one up. Juro MZ says 2-1. Bro, trust. I trust you. If it's going to be 2-1, I'd take a 2-1. I don't need a 4-0 or a 5-0. If it's 3 points in the bag, I'd take a 2-1 right now. Thank you for joining us here on the Toffee Blues. My name's Martin. If you haven't seen me before on the channel, I am quite new. Been doing these watch-alongs for a little while, though, on my channel called The Restricted View. So please do give me a follow on social media at RestrictedEFC. And I'm going to put my Everton jacket on because it's a bit cold. And I'm hoping it's a good luck charm. Let me get the jacket on. Here's Grealish. Just plays it to Harry Armstrong, who lays it off to Jake O'Brien, it looks like. Gets to the byline, whips a ball in. Fair play to O'Brien, whipping a ball in from the byline there. I'm surprised to see him so high up the pitch. Yes, I am struggling to put a jacket on, if you haven't noticed. If I was going to go first goal scorer, let me know you going first goal scorer in the chat. I've got someone in mind. Let me see if you select who I'm thinking. We've got Barry up front. We've got Grealish. We've got Armstrong, McNeil. You know, they've got to be favourites to score. Maybe even a James Garner. Do we score from a set piece first? Get Tarkowski or Keane on it? Ooh. So we've got a prediction in there for Tarky. Now, Tarky's always a good shout. He's about 25-1 normally, if you put a bet on, for first goal scorer. If we get a set piece, you know, a corner or a free kick, he's always dangerous. He seems to be a little bit more dangerous under Sean Dyche. You know, a bit of a criticism that we haven't really made our set pieces count, I don't believe, under David Moyes' return. That's sloppy from McNeil. I've just lost out the ball on the right. Put us in trouble. I mean, the downfall of Dwight McNeil is legendary, and I don't know what it is. He's such a confidence player. He's so one-footed. He's got no pace whatsoever. We know, and this is the things we know about him, but, you know, you think back to that game against Brighton when we went away and we absolutely battered them a season or two ago. And he looked like prime Ryan Giggs, didn't he? He was like prime Ronaldo for one game. But he just looks devoid of confidence. He's playing off the right, which probably doesn't suit him. McNeil's playing on the right, yeah, so it's difficult for him being so left-footed, but you would think it'd suit him if he's cutting in on the left all the time. Is Everton coming forward now with Tim Irabunam coming into the Wolves half? Lays it off to O'Brien, and O'Brien goes does as usual and passes it back to Tarkowski. We've already talked about that, haven't we? How much he actually passes back. And it's a hell of a lot. Here's Grealish coming into the Wolves box. Armstrong pings a ball in, looking for Barry. Doesn't get there. Irabunam on the volley, but it just goes over the bar. Probably the first real chance in the game. It's gone to Everton. It's a nice bit of play from Grealish coming down the left-hand side. Step over. Draws it back to Armstrong, who pings a little cross into Barry. Barry doesn't get his head on it, but it falls to Irabunam on the edge of the box. And Irabunam takes one touch, tries to hit it on the volley. Doesn't really get it under control, and it goes high and wide. But fair play, first shot of the match, 8 minutes in, and a promising attack. Nice cross by Armstrong. We'll probably overanalyze everything that Armstrong does today just because we haven't seen him for so long. But it was a nice cross. Barry was unlucky not to get his head on it. Wolves playing a three at the back as well, so difficult for Barry to really compete against those three centre-backs if he hasn't got support. So we certainly can't isolate him up front here today. Wolves coming in on the attack. I'm not too familiar with a lot of the Wolves players. They've had a huge turnover in playing staff, haven't they? I've got the lineups here to familiarise myself with them, but you look at the team. It doesn't scream quality. The Wolves side. Hwang on the left, maybe he plays as like a left inside forward. He's a good player, and that's the one that stands out more than anyone else. Shout for Garner as first goal scorer. A shout for O'Brien as first goal scorer. No one shouting out McNeil, funnily enough. I'm going to go Barry. I think Barry's going to get on the score sheet today. So I'm going Barry first goal scorer. So we'll make a note of that, just so I can come back and say, told you so. Wolves have got a throw here. They're going to go long with it. They've gone long. They've launched it. Flicked on it on the edge of the box. But Barry gets his hand on it. Clears it. Wolves come back with the ball. But Mikalenko slides. Wins the ball back for Everton. And gives it to Grealish. Oh, here's Tim Irabunum now. Grealish lays it off for Irabunum. Irabunum's got legs. When he starts going, there's not many people that can catch him. It's just that final ball. Just like there, where he just falters. That when he enters the final third there, sometimes he runs into people. And just here on the left-hand side, he goes down the left, tries to play a ball into the box, but it gets blocked and it went out for a throw. I think we've got a diamond in the rough here with Irabunum. I think he could be a solid defensive midfielder, potentially a replacement for a long-term replacement for Idrissa Gana. Here's a ball going in towards the back post. Keeper comes out and deals with it nicely. Wolves haven't made a fantastic start to the game. They've been okay. They've been, as you would expect them, away from home. They haven't been. They haven't had any chances. They haven't been in the final third nearly at all. But the bottom of the league, what do we expect from Wolves? I probably expect them to be hard to beat, solid. Coming to Everton, they probably see other teams coming here and punishing us from set pieces. So maybe they're aiming to do that. I think if Wolves just get 1 point today, they'd be ecstatic because they just want to get points on the board. They need wins, but they'd probably take a point here today. McNeil really poor. Tries to play a little 1-2 with Dwight McNeil. Harrison reads the 1-2, plays the return ball, but McNeil gets blocked off. And it just looks like it's hard work for Dwight McNeil at the moment. You don't think he's phoning his FA. I seem to think like he wants to play football. He wants to do well. It just looks like hard work to watch Dwight McNeil play football. Feels an effort. Here's Garner with the ball, progressing in towards the box, but he gets blocked off. Wolves are coming out with it. When Wolves come forward, Everton have got too much for them defensively. Like the Wolves are playing a ball into the Everton half. It's getting blocked. It's getting intercepted. We're getting tackles in. And it doesn't look like Wolves are getting too many bodies forwards as well. They've got the striker up front, number 14. And it doesn't really look like they've got much else other than that. But Wolves have earned themselves a free kick inside the Everton half here. Jeff Endora saying he thinks we will win 3-1. Again, I'd take it, mate. I'd take a win all day long. I'd take 3-1. Wolves with the free kick now. Long ball goes into the box, looking towards the back post. Gets flicked over to the other side. Wolves regain the ball in with possession. Dwight McNeil closes down. Dwight McNeil gets a foot in. Looks like he wins us a throw-in, does it? No, it's gone for a Wolves throw-in. Fans and McNeil thought it was an Everton throw-in there, but the ref's not having it. Apologies if that's slopping in your ear there when I have a drink. Give us a like, give us a follow, please, if you're watching on X or YouTube. We appreciate your support here at the Toffee Blues. My name's Martin. Looking forward to doing a few more watch-alongs this month. Here we go. Can we get the balls? Ball was bouncing around the Everton box there from a throw-in from Wolves, but we've managed to get it clear. It's actually gone for an Everton free kick, it looks like. Inside the box. Yeah, there's some share pulling there on Barry, which is why the free kick was given. And then a bump as well on O'Brien. It's all handbags, really, isn't it? You know, Wolves don't look like... I keep saying Wolves don't look like they've got much, but don't want that to come back and bite us when they do manage to get a goal, if they do. Atmosphere inside the Hill Dickinson doesn't seem fierce, seems a bit flat. Probably understandable. It's absolutely freezing outside. I can only imagine how cold it is there at the Hill Dickinson. You just see, every time the camera pans the crowds, you just see woolly hats, scarves, big coats. Looks like a cold one there tonight. Here we go. Everton puts a ball towards the back post, looking for O'Brien. Doesn't quite get to him. Dwight McNeil gets it, puts a ball into the box, looking for Tarkowski, but gets clear before Tarks can get his head on it. Comes back out for an Everton throw. Too deep inside the... too close to the centre circle, though, so we haven't managed to get a long throw on the back of that one. Tim Irabunam's got possession on this left-hand side. Gives it back to Mikalenko. Gives it back to Irabunam. Irabunam, again, takes on a player. He always does that. Shields. Wolves all over him. Free kick here to Everton. Well played there from Tim Irabunam again. Shielding the ball, showing good strength, upper body strength. Goes past one player, shields another off. Waiting for options. To be fair, he didn't have a huge amount of options ahead of him. But in doing so, he wins Everton a free kick in a dangerous area. James Garner standing over this free kick, and McNeil. I mean, why McNeil standing over this, I'll never know. Get James Garner on them all day long. McNeil whips it in, and it goes towards the back post. It's flicked out. Irabunam gets on the back of it, and Michael Keane! Michael Keane scores inside the Everton box. It was from Tim Irabunam's knockdown. Michael Keane, 7 yards out, in the middle of the goal. Connects with it and puts it into the roof of the net. It's Everton 1, Wolves 0. That's exactly what we needed. I'll tell you what, who had Michael Keane there as first goal scorer in the chat? I'm sure someone shouted out Keane. So it comes from the free kick. It was McNeil with the free kick. He puts it towards the back post. Tarkowski tries to get his head on it, doesn't get to it. But Tim Irabunam picks up the loose ball. It looks like Tim Irabunam actually shoots. It's a bad shot. Drills it into the ground. And it goes towards the centre of the 6-yard box where Michael Keane is loitering like a poacher that he is. And he smashes it into the roof of the net with his right foot. And I tell you what, it's a goal that any Everton striker would be proud of. It's 1-0 Everton, and it's Michael Keane. Well done, Everton. 1-0, 18 minutes in. I think we can all... can we relax, yeah? No, I don't think we can. Let me just go through, see if anyone had Keane on the first goal scorer. No one had Keane in the chat as the first goal scorer. Tell you what, Keane's a good shout as well. He's normally about 20 to 1. I was going for Barry, wasn't I? First goal scorer. Good job I didn't put any money on that one. Let's have a look at the... So I've got a message there from Single-Handed Sailing on the in the chat. Watching on YouTube from Grenada in the Caribbean. Oh, mate, I wish I was in the Caribbean. What a lovely place in the world to be. And it's great to hear engaging commentary. Nice one. Give us a like, please. Give us a like on the for the channel. Well, what a start for Everton. Inside 20 minutes, early goal to settle the Hill Dickinson nerves. I'm sure there would be a few. I mean, I had some nerves, I'll be honest with you, before going into today's match. But Moisey, fair play to him. He's got the lads back up for this one. We came out positive, good mindset. I suppose you look at it and you think, how much of it is Everton playing well? Because we haven't played amazing so far, let's be honest. 20 minutes in, we've probably had 2 chances. But how much of it is a really, really poor Wolves side? I think they have been getting better week on week, bit by bit, since the new manager came in. However, the league table doesn't lie, does it? And they are absolutely rooted to the bottom. And here they are, another game, 1-0 down inside 20 minutes. You've got to be absolutely devastated as a Wolves fan. But we don't care. You know, we'll take a heavy scoreline here today. If we can get a few people on the scoreline today, get a bit of confidence back in the team, you know. Can Armstrong get a goal today? Can Barry get a goal today? Grealish get back on the score sheet? If we can get a few... If we win by a few today, get a few goal scorers on. You know, there's a shout there in the chat. Let's get Dibbling on now. Yeah, let's get him on. Gary Woods in the chat, watching from Sharm el Sheikh. Nice one, mate. Are you living there? Are you just on there on holiday? Let me know. Notice a lot more airlines are going back to Sharm el Sheikh now. Loads of people going on holiday there again now. It was off the radar for a while. We weren't allowed to go, but looks like it's back thriving. On your alls, yeah. Nice one, lad. Hope you'll have a little bevy while you're watching the match. Enjoy this, hopefully 3 points for the Mighty Blues. Michael James saying we definitely need another goal. Definitely need another one. Just how many we can get. Oh, here's Dwight McNeil with a shot from outside the box. I was a bit optimistic. Here's Mikolenko in tons of space. He hits one. Oh, and it's gone wide. I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Vitaly Mikolenko. Trying to hit one from 30 yards out, thinking you're going to fly it into the top corner. Let's be a little bit more realistic. I love the effort, though. If you don't shoot, you don't score, right? That's what we always say. So I love to see Mikolenko take it on. I think Grealish really wanted the ball there. Grealish was in a good area on the left-hand side. So even though Mikolenko took that shot on, I think Grealish really wanted that layoff. But Everton seemed to be getting a bit of confidence from that first early goal. From the first goal, we haven't had a reaction from Wolves. Wolves haven't started putting pressure on, getting back into the game. That's not happened. It's actually Everton who've been on the front foot since the first goal. It looks like we've got a bit of confidence. Looks like we're playing, we're knocking the ball around, we're aiming for that second goal. And that's a good sign. You know, if we're hungry for goals, that's a good sign. Here's another Everton free kick. Again, McNeil and Garner standing over it. Grealish not in the box. He's loitering on that left wing. Is he going to get played the ball? It's going to be Dwight McNeil. It's gone towards the back post again. Tarkowski doesn't get his head on it once again. This time it's cleared out of the box. Comes back to McNeil on the left. Plays it to Grealish. Come on, Grealish. Beat the player. Beat the player. Checks back inside. Actually finds Garner. Whips the ball in. Oh, and Michael Keane right there again at the near post. is not able to get the shot on target, but the ball's still in play, knocking about. It's actually gone out for the Wolves throw-in right near the corner flag, deep inside the Wolves' half. But yeah, when that ball goes into the box, you would expect a striker, Tieno Barry, to be jumping on these as a poacher. But it's actually Michael Keane getting on the end of them. We know Keane's a striker. You know, there was an interview the other day Everton put out on their YouTube channel. Can't remember who it was. It's one of them, like, quick-fire questions. And the question got asked to somebody who's the best finisher at the club. And I'm sure whoever it was, I can't remember who it was now, they picked Michael Keane. I think that is a slap in the face. It may be true, but what a slap in the face to our strikers. And doesn't it just say everything about our strikers as well? Is Hee-chan? I think he's a decent player. Hee-chan for Wolves, the number 11. I think he's just struggling in the Wolves team at the moment. Kyle Starling saying clean sheet and win the game. Good to see Armstrong getting a start. Class player. You too, mate. Here we are for the Wolves corner. Now, we've got to be really careful from corners because we have been done quite a lot at the Hill Dickinson Stadium from set pieces as of late. We have cleared this one out the box. It gets cleared all the way back to the Wolves keeper. Dwight McNeil's trying to put pressure on, chasing the ball down. And Wolves deal with it well. Play a big punt up the field into the Everton half. Wolves look a little bit awkward when they're actually on the ball, though. They get a ball into the Everton box here. Keane gets under it. Tim Irabunam nods it away. And we've survived that wave of attack. 25 minutes in, 1-0. I would say we're playing all right. Nothing spectacular. We haven't tested the keeper as much as we would like, even though we're winning 1-0. You know, there hasn't been a number of chances on goal. So we do need to improve in that respect. We need to get more shots on target, work a few more openings. Probably not penetrating that final third in the Wolves box good enough just yet. But we have had the most possession. We've been knocking it about. We've been getting into some good possessions, but like I say, we just haven't found the quality in that final third, which I suppose is a story of Everton's season. Everton's many seasons as of late. Once again, this is the Toffee Blues. Give us a like. Let me know if you're enjoying the content, let me know in the chat. Here's Aaron Armstrong. He's just brought it forward really nicely inside the Wolves half. Skips past one, skips past two. Lays it off to Grealish. Grealish is twisting left and right. And then plays it back to Armstrong on the left. So as you get a ball in, he uses the outside of the foot and tries to play a ball through to Irabunam in the box. Doesn't quite connect. He needs to use his left foot there and whip that ball in. Chose not to do it. We don't seem to be finding, there's some nice interchanging passing going on. Mainly with Grealish, Garner, Irabunam, Harrison Armstrong. Not much with McNeil, but I think we need to get Barry involved in the play a little bit more. He seems a little bit isolated up there on his own. Here's Irabunam going on one of his runs again. He gets brought down. I love those runs from Irabunam. He just knocks it past the player and just runs directly at the Wolves' defence. And they panic. He goes past one. He gets fouled. Gets brought down. And it's another free kick in a dangerous position for Everton. Really enjoying Tim Irabunam here. Dwight McNeil's taking the last couple from this position. He's standing over this one again, him and Garner. Looks like they're going to be debating who takes this one between them again. You've got to think Michael Keane's licking his lips here. Keane's up again. O'Brien's up again. Tarky's up. Keano's there looking threatening. It's going to be Garner to whip this one in. He does so. It goes towards the back post again. Oh, and it's Keane. He's hit the post. Was that Keane? Somebody got their head on it inside the Wolves box. It was an Everton player, and it's smashed off this post. I think it was Michael Keane again. Great cross from Garner. It was towards the back post. Michael Keane's there. Leaps like a salmon and just gets his head on it, but it smashes against the post. It could be 2-0 here. Michael Keane once again. To be fair, in the position where he is, he gets his head on it. He's got to score. He's got to get it at least on target. And Wolves will be counting their lucky stars. They are not 2-0 down right now. But once again, this is where we need Everton to get some goals, because seeing it so many times where you play a poor side in the first half, you only manage to score one, or you go into half-time 1-0 up. And then they come out firing. You know, they get a bollocking at half-time. They come out a much better team. So while we are on top, while Wolves look poor, dishevelled, unorganised. Well, they look organised. They're just lacking in quality, lacking in confidence. You want Everton to score some goals. Can we get 2 goals in this first half to put the game to bed and out of sight, even before we go in for half-time? Michael, just seeing a replay of that Michael Keane chance, he can't believe he's not scored. I can't believe he hasn't scored. I mean, is there a chance we just play Michael Keane up front? Seriously? I know he's not got great pace, but we don't really play with our strikers to have pace anyway. Whenever our strikers get a chance, it's from set pieces, it's from crosses into the box where it's not really counter-attack football, like through balls. So we could actually play Michael Keane up front. Let's get back to the comments. Jess Story saying Armstrong's quality. Michael James, is Armstrong running the show offensively? I wouldn't say he's running the show, but he's certainly played well. He's certainly linking up with Grealish. He's linking up with Garner. And he's playing his part. Tim Irabunen, for me, is playing really well in that midfield. Defensively, he's not had to do much because Wolves haven't had much of the ball. But offensively, running, you know, making direct runs in and behind the Wolves defence, troubling them, winning free kicks. You know, he's been playing well. Here's Armstrong. Picks it up now for McNeil on the halfway line. That's it. Nice bit of skill. Plays it back to McNeil. That's what we want. McNeil's fouled this time. No. Referee says no. Doesn't give a free kick. Looked like a free kick there on McNeil. Looked like a foul. But Wolves pick up the ball. And again, they're really pedestrian, really slow when they do get the ball. They're not progressing with it. They're not playing direct football into Everton's half. Yeah, don't know about Wolves. They're just not looking. They're not looking fantastic, which is good for Everton. But you just look at Wolves. Like, I haven't watched them all that much. I've seen bits and bobs of them, parts of games. But watching them here, they just look like a team destined to be relegated. It looks like they look like a team that they know they're going to be relegated. This is the Toffee Blues. My name is Martin. Give me a follow at RestrictedEFC on social media. And also give this a like. If you're not following the channel, why not? Give it a like. Come on. You know the score. Just having a quick look on social media while the game is still going. Just looks positive on social media, like the Everton response so far. You know, there's people saying Michael Keane, he's just a striker. He's already had the best chances of Everton. He scored one, he's hit the post. He got across the front post for another chance. But where are we now? 33 minutes in, still 1-0 to Everton. Just got a minute of applause for Stephen Jones inside the Hill Dickinson Stadium. An Evertonian who passed away, 33 years of age. So terribly sad. So the Everton fans doing the right thing. A minute of applause just to raise awareness for that tragic loss. So if you are watching, wondering what that applause is, that's what it's for. Stephen Jones, local lad from Bootle. Here's Grealish coming into the Wolves half now. Plays into Irabunum. Irabunum tries to do a little 1-2 with Grealish. Just doesn't come off and Wolves recover the ball. But James Garner picks it back up. Again, makes a run. I think if we just run at this team, they're terrified. Garner powers into the box. Nothing comes of it just for the moment. Another cross into the box, goes up towards Barry. Barry gets his head on it, unconvincingly. Mikalenko shoots. Oh, that's possibly the worst shot I've ever seen in my life. Outside the box, almost like 30 yards out on the left-hand side. Mikalenko hits one. It doesn't even go as wide as the corner flag. It's going wider. Awful shot. Doesn't even get to go out to play. Just picked up by a Wolves player. Easily the worst shot in Premier League history from Vitaly Mikalenko. It was Wolves coming into the Everton half. A rare Wolves attack right now on the edge of the box. There's a cross gone to the box. Everton clear. McNeil gets clipped on the edge of the box. And it's a free kick. 35 minutes in, you would say it's acceptable so far. I'd say it's an acceptable performance. It's not an outstanding performance, knowing how poor Wolves are. Jimmy Garner just had a good shot. He powered into the box, checked back, hit it with his right foot. It gets a little deflection. But it's quite an easy save for the Wolves goalkeeper. I don't think it's a display so far that's going to get everybody off the seat at the Hill Dickinson. We're winning 1-0. Yeah, we've had some chances, but we're not killing them. We're not battering them. You know, of all the possession Everton have had so far and the dominance inside the game, what has Barry done that much up front? You know, I mentioned earlier he looked isolated. And it does look like he is isolated up there for Everton today. You know, I'm just going to look on the stats if they are being recorded and I can see them. Just how many times he's actually touched the ball so far. Here's Irabunum. Plays it to Garner. Garner lays off to O'Brien. O'Brien switches the ball back to Irabunum towards the left-hand side of Everton. Is Irabunum, what's he going to do with it? I don't know if he's going to run, I don't know if he's going to pass. That's supposed to be the unpredictability I like about Irabunum. You don't know what he's going to do, actually. He's not predictable in that sense. I'll tell you what, having a look trying to find the stats here. Hard work. Let's have a look. Tierno Barry. No, it's not recorded as of yet. I'd say both strikers are isolated at the moment. No one's really had a huge amount to do in terms of the strikers on the pitch. I'd like Barry probably dropping in a little bit into midfield just to get a touch of the ball. Sometimes you want him just to get his foot on the ball, just to get him get a few passes together. Because when he does get a chance eventually, he'll be that rusty because he hasn't hit the ball all match, all half. It doesn't put him in good stead for when them chances do come. Just having a look at the fixtures here tonight so far. Bournemouth are beating Spurs 2-1 elsewhere. That's who scored in that match. Let's see some of the other scores. Brentford are winning 1-0 at home to Sunderland. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa 0-0 so far. Everton beating Wolves 1-0, of course. Fulham 0-0 against Chelsea. And Man City and Brighton 0-0. So not a huge amount of goals across the Premier League right now. Man City, Brighton. I thought Man City would be winning that by now at home to Brighton. But here we go. The last 5 minutes of the first half here at the Hill Dickinson. Grealish dances into the box, tries to lay a ball off for Armstrong, but just doesn't get through. Sometimes I think when Grealish gets in the box there, just needs to be a little bit more direct. When you want him just to smash the ball across the box, low and hard. It could ricochet off anybody. I'd like to see him do a little bit more of that, Grealish. Just take a chance. Everton have got a throw in deep inside the Wolves half on the right-hand side. Nearly on top of the corner flag, just to the sides. O'Brien's got the ball. I'm wondering if he's going to go long with this one. Looks like he is. Does go long towards Michael Keane. Can Michael Keane get his head on it? He does. He flicks it on. Oh, it almost fell for Armstrong. But the Wolves defender just got ahead of him and managed to clear it out. Again, it's another ball into the box, which Michael Keane manages to win first time. It comes to nothing, unfortunately, at this point. But it's another good sign. I mean, the ball goes back all the way back to Pickford, who plays it forward again towards O'Brien. Tarkowski and Keane stay inside the box. They're still attacking. It's almost like we're playing two up front with Tarkowski and Keane. And eventually it's a free kick to Wolves for a challenge on their keeper. And I think Wolves just want to break at this moment in time. The keeper goes down injured. There's nothing in it. Tarks just goes up to get the ball. Keeper comes out, grabs it, and there's a collision in the air between the two, but absolutely nothing in it at all. I think the Wolves keeper just wants a bit of a break, a bit of a chill out, and so do the players. Yeah, there we go. SofaScore, thank you for that update. So it looks like from SofaScore... Oh, here we go. The Wolves keeper's getting a yellow card. Said a little bit too much to the referee. He's being given a yellow card. I don't know whether that was just because he was taking his time or what. But yeah, the touches, it's ridiculous, really. The Everton touches this half so far. The player with the most touches, James Garner, 35. Jack Grealish, 35. Mikolenko, 34. Tim Irabunum, 30. Harrison Armstrong, 27. So all these players in the thick of it, linking up play. There's Tierno Barry, 7 touches this half. 43 minutes gone inside the first half. 3 aerial duels, 1. But 7? What a really poor number for a striker against a struggling Wolves team, bottom of the league, and your striker's only got 7 touches of the ball. So whatever Everton are doing, they're not doing very well. Like, whatever the game plan was, the game plan surely has got to be get our strikers involved. Whether we're setting them up for chances, whether we're including them in the link-up play, being decisive, we're just not doing it with the striker. And there's no wonder the strikers aren't scoring goals. Because we're just not... It's like he's not there. We're just playing football without a number 9. So a minute to go before half-time. I think David Moyes will say at half-time, we're 1-0 up, so he's got to be positive, hasn't he? You know, it's a winning position. But I do think he'll say to the team, we can get more here. You know, we can... The intensity to our play, the pace of our passing, the quality of our passing can be better. In the final third, I think our choices can be better. We can be a little bit more creative. You know, I would imagine we will see Tyler Diblin in the second half. McNeil, again, he's been okay. He put a couple of decent crosses in from free kicks. But in his general play, he's been quite poor. Hwang had a chance there for Wolves. And it's probably the second worst shot in Premier League history. Mikalenko had the first worst shot, and now Hwang, unfortunately, he's just registered the second worst shot. He hit it with his left foot outside of the edge of the Everton box, and he's looking for the far post, but it's just a horrible, poor connection. Not much power on the shot, and it just rolls out for an Everton goal kick. But yeah, I think Everton a little bit more decisive, more creativity needed. Can we get another striker on the pitch? Can we get Tyler Diblin on the pitch to be a bit more creative? Dwight McNeil probably won't see much more of the second half if he does come out for the second half. I'd keep Harrison Armstrong on. What he's done is he's been absolutely fine the first half. But if you're inside the stadium, or if you're watching at home, or if you're watching this watch along with me, I think we all agree a little bit more creativity, a little bit more quality in the final third is needed right now. The whistle does go for half-time on 46 minutes. It's Everton 1, Wolves 0. Look, it's okay, isn't it? It's a winning position at half-time. If you would have said to me before the kickoff, it'll be 1-0 half-time, I probably would have took it. And I probably would have said, well, we'll take it for now, and then we'll see what we can do in the second half. We'll keep it tight, 1-0. And we'll look to really express ourselves and dictate the play in the second half and maybe create more chances and score more goals. If you're inside the Hill Dickinson, you'd be comfortable. You'd be feeling comfortable right now. Wolves have offered very, very little going forward. They haven't threatened Jordan Pickford at all. But how many times have we seen this? And then second half, they get an absolute kick up the backside and they come out a different team. Let's hope that's not the case. If anybody watching this is wondering how many touches Tierno Barry ended up with in that first half, it was 7. He ended up with 7. Vitaly Mikalenko had the most touches of that half and 40. Garner 38, Jack Grealish 38, Michael Keane 35. Tierno Barry had less touches than Jordan Pickford. Jordan Pickford had 17 touches in that first half, and Barry had 7. There's not much more I can say about that. He's probably been the worst player on the pitch. It's hard, isn't it? Because if you're not getting past the ball, it's hard to play well. But maybe you need to put yourself in a position on the pitch to receive the ball. And if you're not getting the ball, just come and get it. Just come and get a feel for it. Wolves themselves, again, poor. But not really here to talk about Wolves. We're here to talk about Everton. And unfortunately, Put it this way. There's no Wolves player with less than 20 touches on the pitch. And Wolves have been shockingly bad. But the player with the least touches in a Wolves shirt has 20. Thierry Barry has 7. Okay, I think I've hit that point a bit hard, and I think everyone gets my point. I'm gonna have a short little break for half time. Join me here in about 10 minutes time for the second half. If you haven't already, give this a like, give the channel a follow. This is the Toffee Blues. My name is Martin, and I'll see you for the second half. We're back. Welcome back. This is the Toffee Blues. Watchalong. It's Everton versus Wolves at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. The teams are back out. Let me just get back on it. We are back underway here at the Hill Dickinson. And there's been a change during half time. Not for Everton, but for Wolves. So they've changed it up. I'm just having a look to see who they brought Andre on for Arias. So I don't know if it's an injury concern or something that the Wolves weren't completely happy with, but they've made a change. Everton come back out, keep the same team intact. And hopefully they had a chat during half time about how we can get Barry into the game a little bit more. That is how I left it during the first half. My disappointment of how Tieno Barry's only had 7 touches in the entire first half. But what's your thoughts on the first half then? Are you happy with the first half, the way it went? Let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the Everton performance, if you are able to see the match. I thought we were alright. One of them. Like, you're not going to go crazy on that first half performance. It's 1-0 against bottom of the league at home. It was alright. But let's get going again. Let's get back on the stream. Thank you very much for watching the Toffee Blues watch along. So if you are new to us, my name's Martin, and you can find me at Restricted EFC. There will also be a lot more content on the Toffee Blues YouTube channel, so do keep checking in. There's loads of match analysis and pre-game shows, post-game shows, news items, so definitely check them out. Looks like David Moyes is getting on some tactical instructions as well. There's a break in the game to Dwight McNeil. To be fair, I somewhat surprised Dwight McNeil's back on the pitch for the second half, but he is back out there. Rob Edwards, the Wolves manager, is looking I don't know how to sort of explain that face he's got on him at the moment. Annoyed, concerned, maybe a bit of both. Whatever the mixture of annoyed and concerned is, that's the face he's got at the moment. He's thinking, I'm going to be back in the Championship before you know it. So there's a breaking play at the moment. A Wolves player went down inside the Everton box. There wasn't really any concern about a penalty or free kick or anything like that. Just the coming together, it looks like. And he is getting some treatment inside the Everton box. So there's a break in play right now. Looks like we are just about to get back underway. Just on 40, just had about 3-4 minutes there of play. So already in this second half, you think there's going to be a load of time added on. 3 or 4 minutes. Just trying to get back onto the match at the moment. So yeah, I think this are basically what we need to focus on is goals. Can we score more goals? I imagine David Moyes at half-time was going to be feed the ball into Barry. Let's get the ball into Barry nice and early. That's certainly what I was shouting for all first half. Just having a look. It looks like Man United have gone down to 1-0 to Burnley away. That's interesting. Very interesting. That's where we are. Back underway. So we've got some people watching from Brazil. We've got people watching from Egypt. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. If it's anywhere more exotic than Bootle or Liverpool. And we'll see exactly where we're ranging to, where we're getting to. So Everton shooting, playing towards the south stands in this second half. So we've got people watching from America, from Australia, Egypt, Brazil. That's quite decent. Decent. Well, I hope wherever you're watching from, Port Wales, I hope wherever you're watching from, you're enjoying it anyway. Tunisia, Coventry are originally from Kirby. Nice. Only up the road. So we've got Australia and Kirby. So Egypt, Tunisia, America. We've got some range on us. We've got some range. We've got someone from Spain as well. Hello from Sweden. Fantastic. Fantastic to have all these. For having all these views from all different parts of the world. Fantastic stuff. So here we are, 52 minutes in. We've been playing for 5, 6, 7 minutes here. And 3 or 4 of them minutes were a pause in the game. So already we'll have 3 or 4 minutes injury time added onto this half. But as we start the second half, Howson Armstrong's right, really trying to power through the Wolves' defence. He can't quite do it. Wolves pick up the ball, get a throw in inside their own half. No, it's an Everton throw. I thought it actually went out for a Wolves throw there. Here we go. We've got someone watching from Brisbane, Australia. Got someone watching from Italy. And someone from Craven Cottage. Again, all parts of the world. Fulham, from Fulham to Kirby to Bootle to Australia. Wolves able to pick up the ball there in Everton's half, unchallenged. There's a shot from 40 yards out, which goes high and wide. Jordan Pickford not troubled at all. But a little bit worried how Wolves were able to control that ball inside the Everton half. Hee-Chan brought it down on his chest, turned on the ball, played the pass, and absolutely nobody was there to put a challenge in. Pickford with the ball, he plays it out from the back, plays a long ball angle towards Jack Grealish. Nobody gets on the end of it. It's bouncing round Everton's half now. Wolves pick it up, pick up the loose ball, and regain possession. Play it onto this left-hand side for their number 3, who goes past McNeil with ease. Doesn't even put up a challenge. Plays it back inside. Mascara on the ball for Wolves, trying to build up a little bit of play. Whips a ball in on his left-hand foot. Left side. Tim Iroegbunam really putting a lot of pressure on the Wolves players, trying to engage and win the ball back. Tieno Barry chasing down inside the Wolves half, closing down the goalkeeper, trying to put the pressure on. The Hill Dickinson crowd are getting behind the Everton players, liking the closing down. But we just don't close down with numbers. 1 and 2 are doing it, not the entire team. But here's Harrison Armstrong intercepts the ball and gets possession back for Everton. Got someone watching from Kenya. Nice one. Thank you for watching the Toffee Blues. So Everton have got possession of the ball. A couple of passes together. A ball comes in from the left-hand side. It's cleared out. Tim Irabunum challenges, tries to regain possession. And it breaks. O'Brien cleans up the mess. Plays it back to Tarkowski. And Everton recycle the ball. Back into Wolves half again. Are we going to get a ball in nice and early this time? Goes out to Grealish. Grealish is just jockeying for position. Plays it off to Mikalenko. Mikalenko gives it back to Michael Keane. Keane plays it over to the right-hand side. Dwight McNeil now whips a ball in, but it's blocked. Tarkowski picks up the loose ball, and we start again. You got to think Dwight McNeil's got 5-10 minutes left in him. I would imagine David Moyes will make a change, maybe put Tyler Diblin in. This is a good game for Tyler Diblin. He hasn't got a huge amount of defending to do, but he could show a bit of quality. Is Barry showing with a bit of skill on the edge of the box? He got played the ball. Nice little bit of footwork. Gives it back to Grealish. That's got to shoot Barry's touches up about 50%. The ball now comes in from Garner. It's headed out. Everton still poking around, trying to look for an opening, but Wolves are quite set. We're not able to break them down at the moment. Wolves come on the counter-attack. Everton have got bodies back behind the ball. Harrison Armstrong gets a slide tackle in and wins the ball back. But then James Garner just can't pick up the scraps. So a few players bustling and challenging for the ball. It's eventually a Wolves free kick on the halfway line. Tim Irabunum challenges, gives away a free kick. Not much in it, to be fair. But it goes out. It is a Wolves free kick on the halfway line. A little bit of handbags after the actual foul. Yes, and Mosquera, another number 15 from Wolves, gets a yellow card for reacting because Tim Irabunum picks up the ball and walks away with it. The Wolves player reacts, pulls Irabunum back, and picks up a yellow card for his troubles. Tim Irabunum escapes any punishment. Yes, and Mosquera picks up the yellow card. Here we go. Tim Irabunum's powering forward. He's doing one of his direct runs. Gets to the edge of the Wolves box. Grealish now with the ball. Grealish just trying to get the best of his player. He whips a ball in. It goes high and wide. It's well over. Grealish is being a little bit poor. What's the consensus? If you're watching the game, are you with me? Grealish is being a little bit poor tonight. Grealish picks up the ball here. He's one-on-one with the fullback. Step over once, twice. Comes in on his right foot. Tries to whip a ball in towards the back post. Don't know if it's a shot. Don't know if it's a cross. But it's gone high and wide out for a Wolves goal kick. Everton with a bit of possession here now. Dwight McNeil plays it with the outside of the foot, tries to curl the ball around for a through ball onto Tieno Barry, but it just rolls through to the Wolves goalkeeper. Again, probably Dwight McNeil needs to do a little bit better there. We get in some good positions, don't we? And we think, oh, you know what? Just that final pass just shows you how hard football is. That final pass, we just don't get right. And it just slows down the entire, breaks down the entire play. Oh, here we go. Ball goes into Everton's box. It's a dangerous knockdown. And Wolves fans half shout for a penalty as one of their strikers is jostled off the ball by Tarkowski. There's not an innie. Referee's not interested at all. Tarks just muscles a Rakadare off the ball. Oh, it was Mane, actually. And there was not an innie. Not an innie at all. VAR have already checked and cleared it. And now there's another break in play. Another Wolves player has gone down. This time the number 37 in the middle of the park. It was a challenge. Barry goes up. Barry gets his head on it. Anyway, minimal contact from the Everton player. But looks like the Wolves player just landed awkwardly on his back. And there's yet another break in play. And while there's a break in play, it looks like the Everton players have gone over to David Moyes. Looks like we're having a mini team talk over there. Tarkowski, Barry, Grealish, Irabunum have all gone over. Get some fluids. Getting some words of advice from David Moyes. Probably have a shot. Maybe. I mean, David Moyes doesn't look happy. He's on the sidelines. He's not a manager that's happy with the 1-0 here at home. He's trying to talk to Barry. He's talking to McNeil. He's giving them instructions. McNeil's not even looked at him. He literally just walked past David Moyes, got a drink and walked away again. Didn't look at him once. Moyes, barking out the instructions. The Wolves backroom staff are trying to shout some encouragement over to the Wolves players. Trying to keep them in the game. But looks, again, it's a difficult ask for Wolves. But one goal and they could be back in this. This is the problem for Everton. You know, one counter-attack, one moment for Wolves, and it's an even game. So Everton desperately need a second goal here. It looks like a foul on Dwight McNeil. Looks like a push in the back, but the referee's not giving anything. And Wolves come on the counter-attack. We're back underway. On Everton's right-hand side here now. Ball whipped into the box. Tarkowski deals with it easily. Clears away. Barry tries to get on the end of the ball. Doesn't do so. And Wolves have got three at the back there. If Barry doesn't win that initial first ball that comes over to him, Wolves recover the ball and then it's 3 against 1. He's never closing down those three. And Wolves have got a corner kick. So this is the worry. Like, obviously, everyone's saying in the chat there, one goal and our heads could drop. But this is the problem. I said it during the first half. You know, if you don't score when you're on top, and we were on top in the first half, if you don't get that second goal, make the game comfortable, then it's a worry. It's a worry in the second half. The longer the game goes on, Wolves will grow into the game. They'll get a bit of belief. They'll get corners, maybe a set piece. One goal, this game changes. The corner comes in, it's cleared away. Wolves get the ball again, they whip another one in. It's flicked on at the near post, goes towards the back post, shot. It's blocked by Grealish. Does it go out for another corner? No, just cleared out for another Wolves throw in. And the Wolves are cheering the throw in like it's a corner, to be fair. So they're happy with a long throw. Oh, it is a corner. The corner now goes towards the edge of the 6-yard box. A Wolves head gets on it. Doesn't get anywhere near goal, but Wolves pick it up again. Play it back towards the Wolves half. Their deepest player plays it back into their own goalkeeper. It's back at the Wolves goalkeeper now, who punts it forwards deep inside Everton's half. O'Brien gets up, heads away. Grealish is not able to get on the end of that one. And no one's really keeping hold of this football It's bouncing between Wolves and Everton. We're both contested, but Wolves come forward now. They're number 8. They have a shot on goal. Jordan Pickford dives to his right-hand corner. Keeps hold of the ball. It's a good save. But you can absolutely see, I think that was Andre with the shot. You can absolutely see Wolves growing in confidence here. I think I can hear the Hill Dickinson Stadium as well, just getting a bit antsy. Just going, come on, Everton. You know, this is a game, and they're coming on here. So let's get out of second gear and into third and start actually playing some football. It looks slow and pedestrian for Everton this second half. That's what I'd go with. I'm a little bit worried. 25 minutes left. Find us in the chat saying we need to wake up. Gavin Cunningham saying 1 up front and 2 deep defensive type centres is an awful tactic. Michael James, if this was any top table team, they would have scored by now. Yeah, well, Everton with the free kick here. It's taken by McNeil again towards the back post. Tarky gets his head on it, but it actually hits a Wolves defender and it goes out for a corner kick to Everton. Every free kick has gone to the back post. It's been carbon copy, every single free kick. Gone towards the back post. There's either been Michael Keane or James Tarkowski there. This time Tarky gets his head on it. Isn't able to get a shot on target, but it goes out for the corner kick. Looks like McNeil's gone out to take the corner. I mean, normally we have Garner on our set pieces, but McNeil's come back in, taking all the set pieces. He's gone short with this one. Garner's put a ball in towards the back post. It's Grealish with a shot. It's blocked. It's back out now on the edge of the area with Grealish. Can he do anything with it? Jinx one way, Jinx the other. Shoots. And it's a really poor shot and goes well wide. Pulls it wide of the post. Gone off for the goal kick. This is the Toffee Blues if you're watching. This is our Everton versus Wolves watch-along. We'll have more of these coming in the coming weeks. In the month of January, more of the Everton fixtures. So please do like and follow the channel. So we're on 67 minutes now. There we go. Just checking on some of the other scores happening in the Premier League so far. And it's some interesting reading, actually. It's Bournemouth still 2-1 up against Tottenham. Brentford now 2-0 up against Sunderland. Palace and Villa still 0-0. Everton beating Wolves 1-0, of course. Fulham 1-0 up against Chelsea. And Chelsea have had a player sent off. I believe it's Cucurella, who's possibly one of the most disliked players in the Premier League. City 1-1 with Brighton. Burnley beating Manchester United 1-0. That was a 8:15 kickoff. Still in the first half there. And Newcastle and Leeds 1-1. But here at the Hill Dickinson, it's still 1-0 to Everton. 68 minutes. Oh, we knew it was coming. There we go. It's 1-1. Jordan Pickford's absolutely furious. But this is exactly what I said is going to happen. Mane has scored the number 36 for Wolves. To be fair, it's a good goal. But this is what Everton do all the time. I said it all the first half. Play football. Make your chances count. Score some goals. We don't. It's 1-0. They come back into the game, and now it's 1-1. It's a really poor goal from Everton. Tarkowski comes out of the back line, into midfield, leaves a massive hole in the back line. Mane simply runs into it. There's a through ball. And from the edge of the box, slots it past Jordan Pickford, down to Jordan Pickford's left-hand side. It's such an easy goal for Wolves to score. And we find it so difficult to break them down. They've done it with 2 or 3 passes there, and it's 1-1. Tarkowski goes into the midfield, leaves a massive gaping hole in the back line, and nobody closes it off. Michael Keane doesn't come over, Jake O'Brien doesn't come over, leaves a massive hole, through ball right into that space, and it's 1-0. We've got 20 minutes now, Everton. 20 minutes, it's 1-1. We've got to make some changes. Everton trying to come forward here now, trying to get in the box. It's just not happening. Like, whatever we're doing at the moment, if it's going wide, it's just not happening. It's not happening. It was coming. We've said it all along. We've been talking about it in the chat here. Having a look at the chat, people say, do you know it's coming? When is Moyes going to realise McNeil is pointless? You just knew it was coming. It's people saying they're not surprised. People saying it's a must-win game. How can other teams smash Wolves and we can't? Someone's calling out for Diblin. Diblin on now. What I'd say is 70 minutes at home against Wolves. We've not been good enough. There's been no intensity in our play. We've not had real good opportunities. We haven't really tested the keeper. It's just been laboursome. It's been like effort. And it shouldn't be. I don't know how we've got to 70 minutes and we haven't made a change in this match. What are we saying? Let me know in the chat. Who are we bringing on right now? Who are we bringing on? I think you've got to bring Diblin on. Diblin's got a bit of something in him. He can get the ball. He can go past the player. He can win a free kick maybe. Here's Irabunum. Again, Irabunum gets fouled in the middle of the park. Irabunum's getting fouled all over. He's not been as good in the second half of Irabunum as the first. Grealish on the ball. I don't really feel like Grealish has been getting the support he usually gets when he links up with Dewsbury Hall. When he gets the ball, he looks a little bit isolated on the left. Like right now, he dwells on the ball a bit too long and he actually loses possession. I think Grealish needs to be a little bit more direct in his play. It just looks slow. Everton's play looks slow. If there was one word to describe it, I'd say it's slow. Here's Irabunum inside the box now. It breaks for him, but he doesn't get a shot off. Wolves regain possession of the ball. They hit a long diagonal. And they've got possession. They're just resetting Everton now, back in their shape. And Wolves got the ball with their back line again. Someone wants Beto in the chat. They've made their feelings known. It's funny, yeah. Michael James was saying we were watching a watch-along and we could see it coming. How could Moyes not see this? And this is literally... And he's literally in the stadium. I know, like we're watching on TV or you're listening to me obviously talk about the match. And we called it. We called it. We knew we had to score goals in the first half or Wolves will be better in the second. It always happens. Teams come out and they're a completely different side in the second half. They get a kick up the backside and they come out firing. It's happened here. They've come out a much better team in the second half. We've conceded the goal. Tieno Barry's just made a bit of a run down Everton's left-hand side, a counter-attack. He plays a massive ball. Tries to, I think it's a cross. There was nobody in the box. And it goes out for a Wolves goal kick. I was so furious with Wolves scoring, I forgot to update the score, but it's updated now. Thank you for the shout-out. 1-1. We wish it was 1-0. So what are we saying changes-wise? Let me know in the chat. I'm thinking Dibbling on. I'm thinking... Let me see who else. Let me see. Beto. It feels like Beto could get a bit of joy in this match if he was to come on. Here we go. Is it a shot? Mykolenko. Oh, it's just gone wide. Grealish gets into the box here. He just pokes it forward to Mykolenko. And Mykolenko gets the ball stuck under his feet a little bit. Doesn't really get his ball out his feet and hit it nicely. It goes out for a corner kick. Here's Garner with the corner. Wolves defending now. Adam Asnew's getting a shout in the chat. Maybe wants someone to come on. Ball comes in. It's punched out by the keeper. Irabunum. Does he shoot? No. He lofts the ball towards the back post. It's cleared away. We don't just... No one is able to get the head on it. But yeah, back to Everton changes. You've got to think Beto will be the one to come on. I mean, just looking who could come off, who could come on. McNeil off all day long. So I think McNeil off all day long. Better one. I'd take Barry off. Or do we go 2 up? The problem with going 2 up, we did it against Brentford. Obviously, we got battered. We lost more goals. So Moisey's not going to easily just want to do that again. Here's a Wolves counter-attack here. Looks like they're going to do it again. No, Wolves counter-attack. Tim Irabunum brings down Larson and picks up a yellow card. So Tim Irabunum tried to win the ball back for Everton inside Wolves' half. He loses the challenge, tracks back, and then brings him down inside the Everton half, picks himself up a yellow card. And Wolves have got a free kick inside Everton's half. It's now 77 minutes, and we haven't made a change. I'll be honest, this is where Moisey lets himself down. Everyone's got their own opinions on David Moyes. Like him, don't like him. But he's done himself no favours here tonight. We've been poor. We've been poor. Wolves have got another chance here. Got a corner kick. And I'm worried. It's a corner. And we're not necessarily good at corners. Defending them. If this goes in. Oh. Wolves whips a ball in. Pickford looks like he gets up and gets a fist on it. It's on the edge of the box. Wolves pick up possession. Are they going to play it back? Yeah, they play it back to the centre-backs. Everton need to push out here. Come on, Everton. Push out. It goes back to the Wolves goalkeeper. Everton need to be putting pressure on. We're not. We're just sitting back in. There's no urgency to get out and get back in shape. I'm worried. I'm worried here. Rob Edwards, the Wolves manager, he's just looking content. He'll take a point here. If you look towards the Everton bench, we've got Patterson, we've got Beto, we've got Travers. Travers, obviously, goalkeeper, not going to come on. We've got Diblin, Roll, Asnu. We've got a bit on the bench here. You know, we can make a change. But so far, David Moyes is sticking with Barry, McNeil. Even Armstrong's faded in the second half. Fair play to him in the first half. I thought he played quite well. But he's not really shown anything in the second that is worth keeping on. I'd take him off. I'd probably bring Roll, Diblin and Beto on. I would have done it about 20 minutes ago. Here's Beto just coming off the bench now. Do we go 2 up? Do we keep Barry on the pitch and go with Beto up as well? Well, it looks like Beto's putting his bib back on for some reason. He was ready to come on. He's got his Everton shirt on. He's just put his bib back on for some reason. VAR are looking at an incident right now. Something involving Michael Keane. It's Michael Keane and the Wolves player going up. Going up for a challenge. And the number 14 for Wolves is claiming that Michael Keane has pulled his hair. You heard me right. There's a hair pull. A VAR check for a hair pull. I mean, Keane goes up. He does look... I think he's trying to get a grab of a shirt to get a bit of leverage and go up. He has actually got his hair and pulled it. I wouldn't say it's a red card offence. If we lose this due to a hair pull, I mean, it's ridiculous. Stop it. Stop it. The referee is going towards... The referee has been advised to go to the TV to watch this incident. I think he goes up. He does touch his hair. He's looking for a bit of leverage. He probably wants to pull his shirt. He's not done it purposefully for an advantage. He's literally got his hair and brushed it and pulled it back. He's literally given him a bit of a makeover. The referee is at the VAR screen. He's looking at it. I think he's going to send him off. This is ridiculous. The referee's blew his whistle. And he's about to announce. No. No. The referee has said Michael Keane has been red carded for violent conduct. That is the most ridiculous red card I've ever seen in my life. I am not having it whatsoever. The incident has just been replayed at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. And the Hill Dickinson is absolutely furious due to this decision. It's ridiculous. I can't get over it. I don't even know what to say. Let me know in the chat. Are you having this? It's a red card. Are you having it or not? I'm not having it. Violent conduct. No, I'm not having it. Davy Moyes is getting the yellow card because he's furious as well. This is Tom Kerr, the referee, his second Premier League game. David Moyes is just saying it's rubbish. So it is what it is. I mean, look, I'm not happy with it. I'm absolutely furious. I don't see it being a red card all day long. A hair pull like that, if you see it, he went up for the header. He's just gently got his hair, and he's also like moved with his body. It's not even a pull. And he's given it for violent conduct and a red card. It's ridiculous. And it's a three game ban for violent conduct. So Michael Keane's going to be missing for 3 games there. So Everton have got 6 minutes in normal time left right now. There's got to be about 10 minutes added on injury time. There was loads of stoppages in the second half. There's been a VAR check. But right now it's 1-1. Everton down to 10 men. And we've got about 10 minutes to get back in this game if we possibly can. With 10 men. Now Nathan Patterson's getting stripped to come on. Everton are obviously going to shore up that back four. Looks like Garner's gone back to right back at the moment. O'Brien's gone into centre back. And we've just got two in midfield. But right now, Wolves are sensing a winner. Wolves want to go on and try and win this match. Dwight McNeil is, oh my God, you're absolutely terrible. Just gone to control the ball and just give it away to a Wolves player because he's got no control whatsoever. Now Barry tries to hold the ball up and gives it away to a Wolves player. Just to clarify, the hair pull was outside the box. So it was a free kick. It ends up in a free kick, which is been and gone. But the hair pull was it was not even in the penalty box. I think I melted there. I'll be honest with you. I can't believe what just happened. So now there's a change, an Everton change. Barry's gone off. Beto was coming on. Jack Grealish has picked up a yellow card. He's complaining to the referee as well. Patterson's come on. So the changes are Patterson and Beto one. Armstrong and Barry off. To be fair, Armstrong, I thought he phased in that second half as well, so I'm not surprised Armstrong came off. Barry had one of his worst games in an Everton shirt. How he's not being substituted before 87 minutes, I'll never know. And how Dwight McNeil is still on the pitch, I just don't know either. Dwight McNeil has been really poor in open play. He's just lost the ball again there in the centre of the park. I don't know how he's still on the pitch. "87 minutes, coming into the 88th. Wolves coming into the Everton half, putting balls into the box. So even when Everton are defending now, we're going to try and counter-attack. We're counter-attacking with Grealish, who hasn't got fantastic pace. McNeil, who's got no pace. And Beto. We're just relying on Beto, basically, to get on the end of a loose ball. I can't wait for the analysis of this game to happen, because no doubt this will go viral. The Michael Keane red card will go viral. What will people say? Will they say it's violent conduct? It's definitely a red card, or are they going to batter VAR? Because I'm ready to send VAR away, put it in room 101. I'm done with it. I am done with it. Grealish has been red carded. Jack Grealish has just picked up 2 yellow cards, and Everton are down to 9 men. Jack Grealish has just been given a second yellow card for sarcastically clapping the referee. And he's now being sent off. He won't leave the pitch. He's gone over to argue with the assistant referee, the fourth official. He's had to go right down the tunnel. Everton now have 9 men on the pitch. We've lost 2 players. Not that. When you get 2 red cards, you think there's been some violent conduct and there's been a bad challenge. There hasn't. We've lost 2 players due to soft instances. Everton are down to 9 men, and there's 9 minutes at a time going on. Michael Keane's gone off, being red carded. Jack Grealish is being red carded. McNeil's just being subbed off and Rolls come on. So Grealish was fouled. The referee gives the foul. Grealish gets back up, applauds the referee. And Grealish gets a yellow card and he's off. Second yellow, he's off. So now we've got Michael Keane on a suspension. Grealish is going to be on a suspension. Oh. But Wolves now suddenly find themselves playing against 9 men away from home. It's 1-1. They're smelling a winner. Now Everton are just trying to hang on. We're not even going for a winner. We're just defending the box. I've got a horrible feeling there's going to be another goal in this match. Here's Wolves. He hits it. Oh my God, what a save by Jordan Pickford. What a save. It was Bueno, the number 3 for Wolves, cut inside from the left-hand flank on his right foot. He curls one towards the top corner, and Jordan Pickford makes a world-class save, fingertip save, and pushes it over for a corner. It was flying in the top corner, and Pickford... It's a fantastic save, but it's a depressing time to be an Everton fan. Wolves are pressing forward. Ball's bouncing around the box again. Gets lofted back in. Larson trying to get on the end of it. It's cleared out the box. Everton get a free kick. Just don't applaud the referee, whatever you do. I haven't even got over Michael Keane's red card yet. I haven't begun to process everything that's happened in this match. I think the referee, obviously it's only a second Premier League game. I think he's lost his head. Still got 6 minutes additional time to play. Here's a question for you. Do either of them red cards happen to Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Man United? Do any of them red cards happen to any of them clubs? I don't think so. I just don't think the Premier League treat those clubs the same as they treat our club. Michael Keane, Jack Grealish. Not red cards. They're not red cards. We're never getting a goal back in this game because we're not set up to score a last minute winner. So if you're not watching the match and you're saying, let's go, we're going to score, I can't see it happening because we're just defending the box. Here's Wolves again on the attack. Bueno on the left-hand side, whips a ball in. Someone gets a head on it. Oh, it's cleared out by Tarkowski. Thought it was going to go to Jordan Pickford's hands, but Tarky gets his head on it. Ball into the box. A long one. Goes out for an Everton goal kick. Everton seem just needing to defend the box at the minute. They look like they just want to get a point and get out of there. Get out alive. At home to Wolves, 1-1 is not a positive result for Everton. It reminds me of Sunderland away. Sunderland away when we just absolutely smashed them and we were all over them and they only scored 1 goal. And we should have scored more. And then we should have... Barry had a great chance. We just should have played with more intensity, be more creative, be brave. Just be brave and pushing people forward and trying to make some openings. And then Sunderland came back into that match. It's exactly the same here. Exactly the same first half. We haven't learned from our mistakes. Wolves coming forward again. The Hill Dickinson is emptying. I can see blue seats everywhere. They're coming forward. Wolves look like they're going to put a ball into the box. They're playing about with it on the edge of the box, but they do put a big, deep ball into the back post. Nathan Patton gets his head on it, flicks it out, and it looks like it's gone for a Wolves corner. Wolves corner gets taken. It goes short. Ball goes into the box. Arokadari gets his head on it, and it goes out wide for an Everton goal kick. We've got an FA Cup match at the weekend. I don't know what team we'll put out for that. In the remaining minutes we've got left on the stream, I just want to thank everyone for watching the Toffee Blues watch-along today. It's been Everton versus Wolves. It's been an eventful one. Stick around for match analysis. There's so much to digest within the game. There's the chances for Everton. There's the tactics that we employ at the moment. There's David Moyes. There's questions over Dwight McNeil and some of the players. Tieno Barry done literally nothing the entire game. There's so much to discuss and analyse, and not even touching upon the red cards and the violent conduct. But stick around for full match analysis at the Toffee Blues. Give this a like and a follow. 2 minutes left in the match. 2 minutes left. And unfortunately, Everton have not got the ball looking for a winner. It's Wolves. Wolves pressing forward. Puts a ball in the box. An Everton player goes down inside the area. Tarkovsky's gone down. And the referees give a free kick to Everton. The Hill Dickinson sarcastically applauds the referee. Rob Edwards has got his head in his hands because he knows this is Wolves' best chance to get 3 points so far this season. They haven't taken it. They haven't made the extra man count. They haven't made the extra 2 men count. Jack Grealish is in the tunnel. He's watching the match. He's just poking his head out if he's allowed. He's probably not even allowed. We're literally coming into the final seconds of the match. Pickford with the free kick inside the Everton area. Plays it forward towards Beto. Beto gets nowhere near it. He actually just runs into the Wolves player. It's a Wolves free kick. The Wolves defender goes down, rolling on the floor in pain, and suddenly pops back up when his teammate reminds him, we need a winner here. And then he runs forward, which gets a reaction from the Everton fans. Jose Sarr's going to take this halfway inside the Wolves half. He's going to play a long ball forward. We're already past the 9 minutes of added time. Ball goes up. Wolves head on it. O'Brien gets it cleared out. No, goes heads back in. Tarkovsky clears. And the final whistle goes. It's 1-1, and there's boos all around the Hill Dickinson Stadium. A huge amount of boos. The Everton fans certainly are not happy with the final score. It ends 1-1. And as you can see from up here, 2 red cards for Everton in this match. Michael Keane first gets sent off for violent conduct. Takes Everton down to 10 men. And then Jack Grealish shown a second yellow card for a sarcastic applause to the referee. He gets a red card. Everton down to 9 men. And it's over. The match is over. It's Everton 1, Wolves 1 at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. To be honest, I appreciate everyone in the chat. We've had a really good discussion as the game goes on. I hope you've enjoyed the watch along. There will be plenty more to come. I'd say the red card changed the game. They didn't. We just didn't do enough to score a second goal. And even despite this, we'll talk about the red cards and we'll say how ridiculous they were. But the fact is, we didn't do enough to score a second goal in the game. And you can't just rely on one goal to win a game in the Premier League. You've got to score more goals. That's what we need to analyse. Why we didn't score more goals, especially in the first half. My name's Martin. Find me at RestrictedEFC on the socials. Give this a like and a follow. Thanks very much for watching. And we'll catch you next time. Take care.